Today I'm staying in the world's cheapest gaming capsule hotel that literally only costs a few dollars to stay, and you get to have the best gaming experience ever. But why is it so cheap? There has to be a reason. So we'll find that out by staying in the most expensive hotel room in the hotel. So I'm not sure what to expect, but let's go right now. Because right after taking the train real quick, we arrived at the capsule hotel for today. But it was somehow even crazier than I thought, because instead of looking like a gaming hotel, it felt more like a luxury hotel, as they got robots delivering food for everyone, and gaming PCs that literally look like a disco ball. And that's where you will find the esports gaming section of the hotel for the whole team to play, with monitors that you can actually rotate around, and those massive gaming sofas with waist support. It's so comfortable, it doesn't even feel like you're sitting down. Okay, so my first impression so far is surprisingly big and fancy, kind of like those luxury resorts but with a lot of computers. But gamers need to have their gaming energy, right? So right behind you was your all-you-can-drink buffet from milk tea to different types of coffees and tiny tea bags. I bet one of you's making a tea bagging joke right now. They even had winter melon tea, which was made from this thing called winter melon, and it tasted kind of like fruit punch. Oh, by the way, do you know how to make a fruit punch? You learn boxing. Okay, I'm out of punchline. They said they got 30 different types of drinks for you to pick from. I'm not sure staying here for a whole day is enough time to drink all of them. But the deeper you went, you start to see all the different types of hotel rooms they got. But that's not what we're here for, because at the end of the hallway, you arrive at the luxury section of the hotel where you have an entire gaming room all by yourself. And you even get a laundry room where the washer looks surprisingly new, and shower rooms if you need to take a shower, because gamers gotta stay clean. And after being lost because the place was literally massive, just like a maze, it's time to check out the best capsule hotel room in the hotel. And for all the gamers out there, I can officially say you've just found the gaming heaven, because the room was literally designed for the best gaming time of your life, as you got yourself a bed so big you can sleep in whatever way you want, and there's even enough space to roll around like this in case you want to celebrate your winning streak in PUBG or Fortnite. And it was really soft and bouncy, just like the ones you would expect in the fancy hotel. I even checked under the mattress for you, and no worries, it was super clean. But what if it gets too hot? Well, that's why you have your own air conditioner. Even though I don't think you can control the temperature, but it's literally the cheapest hotel. I'm just glad we had AC. The pillows felt like the ones you would get on an airplane, but I'm sure you're more curious about what this is. Based on the shape, I guess you're supposed to sit on it, but mine got stuck right away. And since your computers were right next to your bed, it must be a back support of some sort, where you simply put it here and put yourself like this, but we'll figure out how to use it later. The ceiling was kinda low, so if you jump on the bed, you might accidentally hit it, but there was totally enough room for you to walk around in a circle like an NPC, do some jumping jacks, and even yoga practice. The same goes for the space under the table for you to rest both of your legs. It's too dark to see under it, but I assume it's also clean. The wall was totally thick enough, and I didn't hear much noise when staying in the room, although they did tell everyone to try to keep it down in the room when playing games. But the most important thing in any gaming hotel is the gaming setup, as you have your gaming headset that literally changes color over time. Even the microphone has lighting, which means you get a boop, and the headphone covers just to make sure it's always clean. It was so comfortable, almost didn't feel like you were wearing anything over your head. You've got all the cables to charge whatever you want when you play video games, and the keyboard is one of those mechanical ones that makes the loudest typing sound when you use it. But the mouse system surprisingly silent. Why do we get a noisy keyboard and a silent mouse? I don't know. But it has lights on it too, so it's pretty cool. Actually, well, we just used it right now to order some room service, because yes, you get room service in the cheapest gaming hotel, and with just a few clicks on the computer, you don't even have to talk to anyone to get some booze. Okay, so I just finished ordering some room service, and let's see how fast they come. Actually, it took a while for them to come. Remember the robot you saw? They used it to help deliver the food before the robot started taking their nap. So I used that time to check out the rest of the room and found where they kept the gaming PC. Well, those fans are so cool to look at. And the space between each computer was big enough for you to put your bags. But after some good old Angry Birds, they totally got demolished. We should celebrate. And watching the video where I went to the most expensive capsule hotel ever, which you can totally check it out after this video. The food finally came, cream, and it's a toast with chocolate on it, but it felt like it was made a while back, so it was kinda cold and dry. Still tasty enough, I guess.
Maybe next time I'll order something else.
And it almost cost more than the hotel itself. So if you don't like eating in the hotel, there was literally a night market just outside with all the food you can possibly imagine and all the stuff you could buy, with one of the stores literally being run by a cute dog. But I then found this claw machine with capybaras in it. I want those capybaras. Just kidding, we're getting the duck. A friend told me if you jiggle it around, it would increase the grabability. That's totally a word. Please forget you just saw that. But before we leave, we have one last thing to check. Is the room clean enough? And as you can see, it was simply perfect.
So what do you think about the cheapest capsule hotel in the world? Is it better than what you expected? Not as good as what you imagined. Or maybe you were just glad that a hotel this cheap still exists somewhere in the world. But usually people only stay here when all the other hotels are booked, because they believe it's not as comfortable as normal hotel. Which I'm sure you know that isn't the case at all. Even food is better than what you would find in those normal hotels.
My favorite things about this gaming capsule hotel were the gamer drinks that they had, and the headphones, which sounded really expensive, and the price of the hotel was just perfect. How could you say no to that? But how does it compare to the other gaming capsule hotel that I visited before? Well, you can click on the video to find out.